Have you got the goods? Oh yeah, I've got 'em. Bello, everybody. Are you ready to see what I've brought for show and tell? This is Understanding Comics, The Invisible Art by Scott McCloud, a non-fiction comic book that contains an analysis of the philosophies and methodologies used to tell a story visually, specifically through comics. And this is One Piece, started in 1997 and still written and drawn by the manga prodigy Eiichiro Oda. This series has become the best-selling manga ever, with almost 500 million volumes sold. To show why the concepts that McCloud outlines are so cool, we're going to take a look at Chapter 1 of One Piece.
If anyone wants my treasure, then it's yours for the taking. Go find it! I left everything I gathered in one place.
With one last remark from Roger, the public execution that was meant to serve as an example and a warning to other pirates instead became the opening ceremony to what would become the Great Pirate Era.
That was Gold Roger, the king of the pirates, speaking his last words on the day of his execution. This takes place on the first page of One Piece, but I showed an anime adaptation of it because I actually wanted to skip over it, to start somewhere else. Gold Roger and that scene are referenced a lot throughout the series, so I'm not trying to downplay its importance. But I'm starting with this panel because it'll help me explain some key concepts that McCloud says define comics. First, closure. All you're actually seeing is a landscape with a few buildings, windmills, and animals. But you imagine those windmills and animals moving, and that there are more things inside all these buildings, because that's what you know about buildings and animals from your life. Closure is something that the human mind does all the time, sometimes even subconsciously. McCloud describes it as observing the parts, but perceiving the whole. We are constantly using our past experiences and memories to mentally complete the incomplete picture of reality that our senses are presenting to us. This is why even though I'm obscuring your view a little, you still imagine me standing on that farm path. Looks like I'm still here. Your imagined reality was right. That cow hasn't moved at all. Eesh. And closure isn't just happening within the comic book panels, but also between them. The rest of the panels on this page are kind of similar. They introduce the reader to the environment and set the mood through the additive collaboration of art and text. Anyway, because in a comic you can see all the panels on a page at once, the relationship between a panel and its neighbors is actually really important. McCloud describes 6 different types of transitions between panels. This page has mostly aspect-to-aspect transitions, panels that are not necessarily related by time. They simply show different aspects of a setting or mood. Basically, some immersive setup before the story starts up on the next page. That reminds me. Before we move on, remember, manga is read up to down and left to right.